Shila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shila Gurudev ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad, Shila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad, Shila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad, Shila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shmad, Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Mahabhagavat Shila Gokshwaras Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Patadash Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Nama Jai Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaur Mandala Braja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Avishya Virata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radhakund Shyamakund ki jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Gopeshwar Am I live again? Okay. The power went out. Even more annoying. Start from Jai Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Patadash Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishya Bharata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Radha Damodar Ju ki jai. Śrī Dāmodar Vrat ki jai. Urja Vrat ki jai. Urjeshwari Shrimati Radharani ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Oh, and for those of you who are in Vrindavan or in some places in the West, today is Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur's Tirubhav Tithi. So Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. Tadiya Shubha Tirubhav Tithi ki jai. Shnitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Just checking to see if it's actually working. Yes, it is. Okay, great. All right. So, let's begin. I'm going to share my entire screen with you guys. So that way. Oh, and Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai, Śrī Satyavrata Muni ki jai, Śrī Krishna Dvaipayan Veda Vyasdev ki jai, Śrīla Sanatana Goswami Pad ki jai, Śrīla Jiva Goswami Pad ki jai, Śrīla Gurudev ki jai, Śrīla Param Gurudev ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All right, I'm sharing my screen with you. There. Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, Krishna controlled by love and affection. Alright, so I will sing the song. Hopefully the power doesn't go out again, that would really suck. Continuous scroll. Jai Shri Radha Damodar Ju ki jai. Aren't they so beautiful? Okay. Just getting my mridanga and drinking a little bit of water. Okay. Oh wait, and I just want to make sure that my mic is... Okay. All right. Anamamishwaram Sachiranandarupam Alasatkundalam Gokule Prajamanam Yashoda Piyoluka Ladhavamana Paramrishtamadhyam Tatadrutya Gopa Namamishwaram Sachiranandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Prajamanam Arudanta Muhurnetra Jugma Vrijanta Param Bhoja Yogmena Satanka Netra Mohosvasa Kampa Trirekanka Kanta Steta Graivadamo Daya Bhakti Bhada Namamishwaram Sachiranandarupam Alasatkundalam Gokule Pranam Aite lila vid anakunde swagoshani akyapayanta tadiyeshitar yesho bhakterjita puna premata sanshata vritti vaide orama vishwaram sachirananda rupa lasat kundala gokule vrajamanam varam deva moksham namokshava deva nachanya vreneha varesharapiha idam teva punata gopala bala sada me manasage rastam ke Sachirananda Rupa Nasat Kundala Gokule Prajama Oidam Temukam Bojama Vyakta Nila Vritam Kuntala Snigdarakta Shagopya Mohoshum Vitam Bimbarakta Dharanme Manasya Virasta Bala Lakshara O Namami Sharam Sachirananda Rupam Lasakundalam Gokule Rajam Namadeva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasira Prabhuduka Jalabdi Magnam Kripadrishti Vrishati Dinam Patana Vihane Shama Bhagyam Vedakshi Deshna O Namami Sharam Sachirananda Rupam Lasakundalam Gokule Rajamaya Kuveratmajo Padamurtai Vayarvat Tvayamochito Bhakti Bhaja Krito Chat Tata Prema Bhakti Swakame Prayacha Namokshe Graho Vesti Damodara O Namami Sharam Sachirananda Rupam Lasakundalam Gokule Rajamaya Namaste Stutame Spuraditi Dhame Tadiyagarayata Vishwasadhame Namoradikaya Tadiyapriyaya O Namoradikaya Tadiya Priyaya Namoradikaya Tadiya Priyaya Namoradikaya Tadiya Priyaya Namo Nantali Lai Devaya Tu O Namoradikaya Tadiya Priyaya Namoradikaya Tadiya Priyaya O Namoradikaya Tadiya Priyaya Namoradikaya Tadiya Priyaya Namo Nandalila Devaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Damodara Radha Damodara O Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radha Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Onitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. 1 second, I just remembered I need to respond to a message. Okay. All right. Chapter 3. 2, 3. Oh, wait, let me see if there are any comments from anybody. Well, doesn't my chat is opening up, so sorry if somebody's saying something and I just can't respond. Yeah, my internet's been really trouble lately. Getting 6 out of 10. That's my network connection. Okay. So, iti drik swali labhir. Oh, I didn't read the translations. Would it be good to read all the translations? I'm going to read the abridged translation, not the fancy translation that's in this book, but I'll read this one. Dāmodarāṣṭakam. This is the one that I did for the songbook. And it's just very literally what is in the Sanskrit without any extra explanation. The one that's in the book here is very spilled out a lot more. Okay. I worship the Supreme Controller, whose form is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. Upon his cheeks, makar-shaped earrings are swinging, and he shines most brilliantly in Gokul. Running away from the grinding mortar, in great fear of Mother Yashoda, he was ultimately caught from behind. Weeping incessantly, he rubs his eyes with his 2 lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear. He takes heavy breaths again and again that cause the pearls and other ornaments around his neck, which is marked by 3 gracefully curving lines, to tremble. I offer pranam unto that Damodar who is bound by his mother's Vatsalya Bhakti. Through pastimes such as these, he drowns the residents of Gokul in pools of bliss, thereby informing people who are aware of his godhood that he can only be conquered by his devotees. Hundreds of times I again offer loving obeisance to him. This is what we're going to be reading today about this verse. O Deva, I do not ask for liberation from this world, nor the highest liberation of residents in Vaikuntha, nor do I seek any other benediction from you, the supreme benefactor. O Nath, may this form of yours as Bala Gopal, a little cowherd boy in Vrindavan, forever remain visible in my heart. What is the use of any other benediction? Your lotus-like face, encircled by soft, blackish-blue curly locks of hair that have a reddish glow, is repeatedly kissed by the gopi Śrī Yashoda. May your lotus face, with lips like red bimba fruit, always remain manifest in my heart. I do not care about millions of others. O Deva, O Ananta, O Vishnu, obeisance unto you. O Prabhu, be pleased with me. I am drowning in an ocean of miseries. Alas, I am most afflicted and do not know what to do. O Isha, shower me with your merciful glance and kindly uplift me by becoming directly visible to my eyes. Just as you freed the 2 sons of Kuvera, even while bound around the belly, and made them recipients of devotion, similarly, please bestow upon me profuse prem bhakti to you in your form as a little cowherd boy. O Damodar, I long for this alone. I do not want any other kind of liberation. O Damodar, I offer pranam to the rope binding your belly, for it is an abode of brilliant effulgence. I offer pranam to your belly, which is the mainstay of the entire universe. I offer pranam again and again to Srimati Radhika, your most beloved, and I offer pranam to you, my divine Lord, who perform unlimited transcendental pastimes. Just changing the logo up in the corner to the GBP logo. Okay. Dang it, chat is still not coming up. Anyhow, I will look at the comments after the video is over. Just putting my mridanga down. And Sorry guys. Okay. Ittidrik swalilabir ananda kunde swagosham nimanjantam akya payantam tadi eshita gesho bhakter jitatvam puna prematastam shatavritti vande. By his childhood pastimes such as this Dambandan Lila, he perpetually drowns all the residents of Gokul, his gopas, gopis, cows, calves, and so forth, who are all manifest by his pastime potency, in pools of bliss. He thus informs those who have knowledge of his absolute divinity that only the pure and simple love of these devotees can conquer him. Again, hundreds of times, I offer loving obeisance unto Śrī Damodar Krishna. So, itidrik, like this, swalilabhir, by swa means his own, so, and this ir means, like at the end there, it makes it mean by these, and lila bhi means pastimes, it's in the plural. Lila is pastime, and lila bhi is pastimes. So by these pastimes, itidrik, like this, ananda kunde, in a pool, kunde, in a pool of bliss, Swa Gosham, his, Krishna's own Gosham, his own inhabitants of Gokul, like the gopas, gopis, cows, all of them. Nima Jantam, he drowns them. He drowns all of his Swagosh, all of his, all the cowherd residents of Raj, in pools, kunde, of ananda, of bliss. Nimanjanta means he drowns them all in pools of bliss. Akya payantam, and he thereby informs. Akya payantam, he informs. Tadiya ishita geshu. So those who, tadiya means his, and ishita means godhood. Geshu, those who know. So he informs those who know about his godhood that bhakter jitatvam, that he is completely jitat, that he is conquered. He is conquered by bhakti, by the pure loving devotion. Puna again, prematastam, with love, shata vritti, hundreds of times, vande, I offer obeisance. So that's a breakdown of the word for word. All right. So Dig Darshini Tika. This is the Sanskrit commentary of Srila Sanatana Goswami Pada. And now this is my Gurudev's translation. Actually, no, Param Gurudev translated it. So Srila Bhaktivedanta Keshav Goswami Maharaj translated it into Bengali, and then my Gurudev translated it into Hindi. And it says Bhav Anuvad, which means that he takes the essence of what's being intended in the translation, rather than a fully, completely literal translation, but it's capturing the essence, the moods. Shri Satyavrat Muni begins this verse with Iti Drik Swalilabhir, to establish his worshipful Lord's unique glory. He accomplishes this by illustrating his wonderful character. In this verse, Iti is used to mean like this. Thus he begins, like this, by his Bhakta Vashyata. Vashyata means his quality of becoming conquered by his devotees, by being controlled by his devotees. In this way, he reiterates that it is Sri Krishna's nature to come under the control of his devotees. Alternatively, Iti means by this Damodar Lila, and Idrishi Bis Cha. Idrishi Bis? By his supremely enchanting, extraordinary childhood pastimes like Damodar Lila, he is immersing all the residents of Gokul in great bliss. The phrase Swalabhi conveys the greatness of his own pastimes, or it conveys the uncommon excellence of the playfulness of his pastimes. This has been described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.11.7 in statements such as the following. Gopi bisto bhito nrityad Bhagavan Balavat Kvachit Udkayante Kvachin Mugdas Darvasho Daruyantravat. The gopis would encourage Krishna to dance in various ways. They would clap their hands or say, "If you dance, then we'll give you a laddu." Although Krishna is Bhagavan, the supreme omnipotent Godhead, and the master of all opulence, baby Krishna would dance for them like an innocent human child. Sometimes they would tell him to sing, and like an ordinary, bewildered child, he would sing for them. Enchanted by them, he became like a wooden puppet in their hands. Bibharti kvachiragyapta pita konmana padukam bahukshepam chakurute swanam cha pritim samudvaham. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:11-8. Sometimes the gopi would order Sri Krishna to bring them someone's shoes, wooden teacups, cups, or the weights used for scales. He would act as if he was unable to lift these articles and would simply stand there touching them. And then he would repeatedly strike his arms to show his mightiness. By such gestures, he would fill his own kin with boundless joy. It was in sole reference to the above statements of Srimad Bhagavatam that Sri Satyavrat Muni had said, Shri Krishna causes Swagosham, his own kin, the residents of Gokul, to be totally submerged, Nimanjantam, in a nectarian and incredibly deep pool of extraordinary happiness, Ananda Kunda. That is the indication of this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Swanam Pritim Samudvaham. He thoroughly arouses deep love in his own dear kin. Alternatively, the word Gosha means to loudly proclaim the glory of something. Directing the word Gosha either to himself, Swasya, or to his own, Swanam, sorry, I was just looking at the message that came to me. Directing the word to either himself, or directing that word to himself or to his own, the meaning becomes either by broadcasting his own glories or by broadcasting the glories of his gopas and gopis. Certainly, by becoming absorbed in the mood of spreading his extraordinary the glories of his own loved ones, even Shri Krishna sinks in Ananda Kunda, and as a result, he feels the highest limit of happiness. Oh, Sanskrit is so awesome. So Gosha either means his own residence of Gokul, like all the cowherd boys and cowherd girls, and the gopas, gopis, cows, Govardhan. But then it also to proclaim the glories, loudly proclaim the glory of something. And the glory of Swasya himself, or Swanam, his own residence. So Ananda doesn't just mean that it immerses the residents of Gokul and pools of bliss, but also himself, Swasya. In order to further describe the extraordinary qualities of Sri Bhagavan, Sri Satyavrat Muni then says, by these pastimes, Sri Krishna is making it known, Akhya Payantam, to all who are Tadiya Ishita Geshu, who worship him as the supreme controller and the master of all souls, that he himself is controlled and defeated by the love of his pure devotees, Bhakter Jitatvam. And the phrase, the footnote I'm just reading, the phrase Tadiya Ishita Geshu refers to those amongst his worshippers, Tadiya, who know Geshu about his absolute supremacy, Ishita. So he informs those people that he is himself controlled and defeated by the love of his pure devotees. In other words, Krishna is declaring, I willingly become controlled by my bhaktas alone, who are intent on serving me with pure devotion. I am never controlled by those who are inclined to worship me while considering my supreme position and opulence. Thus, the sage captures the meaning of the following statement from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:11-9. Darshayang star vidam loka atmano bhrittavashyatam. Bhagavan Shri Krishna showed the community of those who know about his supreme position that he only remains under the full control of his loving servants. The commentator, Śrīla Sanatana Goswami, personally explains the above statement of Bhagavatam as follows. Here, the word tad, about that, or about him, is connected to Sri Krishna's position as Bhagavan, and when it is combined with vidham, knowledge of, it becomes knowledge of his position as Bhagavan. Thus the meaning is clear. He is showing darshyans to those who know about his supreme opulence, that he willingly comes under the control of his loving servants. In other words, the original Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Chandra is exhibiting that in every respect, he is only controlled by his loving servants in Vraj, and among them, he is especially controlled by those in Unata Ujjvala Ras, the supremely pure humor of Madhurya Ras, transcendental amour. He is not controlled by devotees who worship him on the path of Aishwarya Bhakti, which is characterized by the mood of reverence, nor is he controlled by jnanis, who know him to be the self-sufficient, supremely powerful Lord, nor by those whose bhakti is mixed with such jnana. There is another meaning of tadiyeshita gyeshu bhakter jitatvam. Shri Krishna only reveals akya payantam, that he is willingly controlled jitatvam by his loving devotees only to those who have proper knowledge of such beloved devotees' exalted position. So tadiya can refer, I'm guessing, tadiya refers to his devotees. No, never mind. Don't listen to me. Sorry. Okay. Because tadiya means one's own, like we say, anyhow, it doesn't matter. He does not reveal it to everyone. This is because bhakti, and especially its glories, are very confidential. So he does not reveal it to everyone. It is inappropriate to explain it to anyone who is not specifically acquainted with the exalted glories of the Vaishnavas, and who is only interested in impersonal knowledge. From this perspective, the previously cited verse should be interpreted by connecting vidham with bhritya vashyata. Thus, the general meaning of tad vidam, those who know Shri Krishna's supreme position, becomes bhritya vashyata vidam, those who know that Shri Krishna willingly comes under the control of his loving servants. Therefore, Sri Satyavrat Muni prays, overwhelmed with an incomparable, pure, loving devotion for you, premata, I offer you vandana, my prayers of adoration, hundreds of times, shata avriti. To you, Tang, the Supreme Lord, I offer vandana again and again, puna. Thus, in this verse, the sage wishes to say, among the limbs of bhakti which are required for all devotees, I only pray to perform one special limb of bhakti, vandana, to constantly express my adoration for Sri Bhagavan. I do not pray for knowledge of Sri Bhagavan's opulence or anything else. Thus ends the English rendition of the Digdarshini Tika on the third verse. Okay, that was Śrīla Sanatana Goswami's commentary. Now this is my Gurudev's commentary, and there's messages that I kind of need to respond to. I can't really wait. But maybe I shouldn't. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm really sorry. Where's my phone? There it is. Sorry, guys. Okay, Joshua is going to take the kids and be there at 11:30 for some of the Harikatha. Besides, I'm not going because I clean my room yesterday. Okay. Oh my God, I need to come up with a decision right now. Am I going to go to Mayapur right after I'm finished reading? Shit. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to... Sorry guys, I have to make a big decision. Am I going to Mayapur right now? Okay, I'm going to go. Yes, Kishore, you can send the iPad with her. I am doing a reading right now, and I'm going to be late, though. I'm going to probably come around, I don't know what time, 12:30 or something like that. But yeah, you can send the iPad with her. Thank you. Haribol. Okay, sorry guys. Let me see if everything's okay there. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. So this is Dig Darshani Vritti. This is my Srila Gurudev's commentary. Shri Krishna's pastimes are lakes of inexhaustible bliss in which he drowns the entire village of Gokul. The village of Gokul is known as Goshapali, which refers to the place where all the animals, birds, cows, gopas, and gopis loudly sing the pastimes of Krishna without cessation. It is constantly resounding with the calls of the gopas and gopis. Milk the cows, untie the calves, bring the milk pail, and all is entirely for the pleasure of Sri Gopal Krishna. When Sri Krishna became a little bigger, he discovered that he could go beyond the doorstep. One second. Wait, Kishore, no, don't have her bring the iPad. I'm not sure if I'm going to go. I'll just get it from you tomorrow, because I'm going to Mayapur tomorrow anyways. So, yeah, don't send it with her. Sorry. I'm really mental. Okay. When Krishna became a little bit... So, Braj is constantly resounding with the calls of the gopas and gopis. Milk the cows, untie the calves, bring the milk pail. And all is entirely for the pleasure of Sri Gopal Krishna. When Sri Krishna became a little bigger, he discovered that he could go beyond the doorstep leading out of the house. One day, when he and his big brother Balaram went outside, they saw that some bright red flowers had blossomed nearby. However, the flowers were surrounded by a fence of dry bare thorns. Somehow they moved the thorny branches aside and went through to pick flowers. Meanwhile, the thorny branches fell back into place, blocking their way out. How will we get out of here? They wondered, and burst into tears. Mother Yashoda heard their loud sobbing and came out of the house. Finding them trapped, she managed to move the thorny branch to the side and take them out. Sometimes, Krishna would hold onto the horns of huge bulls and swing on them. Other times, he would become astonished when he saw himself reflected in the jeweled pillars of his home, and he would even try to speak with that reflection. One day, his mother said, "Krishna, go fetch a calf and we will worship him." Krishna found a calf and caught hold of him. But when he tried to bring him to his mother, the calf refused to move. Krishna struggled to bring him along, tugging and pulling all the way. He finally reached the house, but when he noticed a pot of butter hanging from the ceiling, his mouth began to water. He climbed onto the calf's back and, taking hold of the pot, he began to empty it of its contents. Seeing his chance to escape, the calf fled from the spot, leaving Krishna dangling. "Maya, Maya," he cried. Mother Yashoda, finding Krishna hanging in the air, took him down and scolded him. Early each morning, the gopis used to... Okay, so now it's new topic. 1 second, I just need to drink some water. This is really reminding me of my Gurudev. Every year he would tell these stories during Kartik time. Early each morning, the gopis used to crowd into Mother Yashoda's home just to see Sri Krishna. Sometimes some gopis would say, "Krishna is so strong," while others, "No, Balaram is so much stronger." How can we definitively find out who is stronger? Let the two boys wrestle and the winner will get a big lump of butter. On these occasions, just by seeing the butter, the two boys' mouths would water and they would start wrestling. The gopis siding with Krishna would clap their hands if he won, but if he lost, then the gopis on Baladev's side would clap victoriously. Oh, and butter, it's very different butter than like the butter you get in the West. It's very light and fluffy, and it's not greasy and intense. It's a totally different thing. It's called makhan. Sometimes a gopi would tempt Krishna with a laddu, saying, Kanaya, if you dance for us, I will give you this laddu. Putting his hand on his waist, he would dance to the rhythm, tattai, tattai, and even sing a sweet little song. In various ways, the Vraj gopis would make Krishna dance. He became just like a puppet, for he came under their full control. At other times, the gopis who came to visit Mother Yashoda would order Krishna, Krishna, bring us that wooden seat. Their darling little Krishna would try to lift the small seat, but when they saw that he could not, they swelled with sweet affection for him. The same Shri Krishna, in his Varaha incarnation, lifted the entire earth on his tusks. Also, when Shri Krishna was a little older, he easily lifted Govardhan Hill on his little finger, as if it were no more than a toy ball. But in his childhood pastimes, in the same Vrajdam, he could not even lift a small wooden seat. This is the nature of his sweet, human-like pastimes. He controls and maintains everything in creation, yet he is controlled by the residents of Vraj. Although he is the master of unlimited potencies, including his Ghatana Aghatana Shakti, which makes the impossible possible and the possible impossible, in Vraj he is unaware of his supreme absolute position. There he is an innocent and simple child, nourished and cared for by his affectionate mother. As befitting an obedient son, he brings his father's shoes, carrying them on his head, and considers, Father will wear these shoes to attend the assembly of the Gopas. What is the meaning of itidrik swali labhir ananda kunde, swagosham nimajantam? Shri Krishna's sweet childhood pastimes are an ocean of ras. That ocean is inexhaustible and it has no boundary, for it is absolutely unlimited. He drowns all of the gopas, gopis, cows, calves, and the entire settlement of Vraj in the vast ocean of these pastimes. Even he, in fact, drowns in the ocean of the sweetness of his own pastimes. Why does Shri Krishna perform these pastimes? Shri Satyavrat Muni answers this question in relation to Tadiye Shita Geshu, those who always retain knowledge of Bhagavan's supreme position. A Tattva Jnani sees Vrajendra Nandan Shri Shyam Sundar as the source of all incarnations and the essence and ultimate limit of Godhead. They know the possessor of all six opulences in their fullness, and the Supreme Lord who has the power to make the impossible possible. Devotees such as Narad and the four Kumaras have full knowledge of Shri Krishna's true position. Through these pastimes, Shri Krishna is explaining to them, although I possess the potency to make the impossible possible, I am nonetheless controlled by the residents of Vraj. I am simply playing here in the mood of an ignorant child. Okay, it looks like it's still going. I'm just checking every now and then the network connection. Looks like it's okay though. Itidrik swali labhi. His uncommon childhood pastimes, like this Damar Leela, are supremely charming. One day, a fruit seller from Mathura came to Vraj to sell her fruit. She had heard of the preeminent sweetness of Shri Krishna's pastimes in Gokul and had become exceedingly eager to see him directly. Although she came to Vraj often, she had never gotten the chance to see Krishna. He was either asleep or in the lap of his mother. At other times, he was surrounded by his friends or busy playing inside his home. She tried again and again, but she was always unable to see him. One second. Uh-oh, I'm out of water. So she tried again and again, but she was always unable to see him. Direct vision of Shri Krishna is easily available to the resident Vraj, but it is quite rare for the people of Mathura. Still, the heart of the fruit seller became so full of anxiety that she resolved, if I do not see Krishna today, I will not return to Mathura. The sadhak's resolve should be exactly the same. He should think, day and night I will execute the limbs of devotion as instructed by Sriman Mahaprabhu and Srila Rupa Goswami. With love, I will chant a fixed number of Sri Hari's names and serve Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas. Every day I will study Srimad Bhagavatam and other devotional literatures. Every day I will recite Gopi Geet, Venu Geet, Brahmar Geet, and Yugal Geet. If I come across a Rasik Vaishnav, I will give my life to serving him. I will visit the places where Sri Radha Krishna performed their confidential pastimes in the groves and forests of Braj. I will pray very piteously there, and recite hymns and prayers that are full of longing. Then surely give me his darshan. He is not far away. Having made her vow, the fruit seller came to Nanda Maharaj's cowherd settlement and wandered about near his house. She began crying out, "Come take fruits, follow, take fruits. Come take mangoes, bananas, and guavas, follow, follow." But within moments, she became so absorbed in thinking about Krishna that instead of calling the names of the fruits, she called out, "Come, take Gopal, Govindalo, Madhavlo, Damodaralo." At first she had been balancing the basket of fruit on her head with one hand, but eventually she forgot to hold the basket altogether. It kept from falling only due to her natural expertise. Finally, she sat down before the doorstep of Nanda's house. When Shri Krishna heard the cries of the fruit seller, he could not remain sitting quietly on his mother's lap, so he climbed down and went to a nearby mound of grain. After taking as much grain as he could hold in his joined palms, he started toward the fruit seller. But his hands were so tiny that all the grain fell from them as he walked. When he reached the fruit seller, all he had left were a few grains that were wedged between his palms and fingers. He poured them into her basket and demanded, "Oh, give me some fruit." The fruit seller became completely enchanted by the beautiful form of little Krishna and just sat there looking at him for some time. The import of this pastime is that unless someone is intensely eager to see Shri Krishna and absorbed in remembering him, just as the fruit seller was, he does not give him his darshan. Shri Krishna only gives his darshan to those sadhaks who desire nothing but to see him and serve him. In other words, he only appears before those who have become completely free from anarthas. When the fruit seller returns to external consciousness, she said, "Lala, my darling baby boy, I will only give you fruit if you sit on my lap just once and call me Ma." Little Krishna carefully looked in all directions to make sure no one was watching. When he was sure no one could see, he jumped onto her lap, "Ma," and then quickly jumped off again. "Give me fruit." All of the deepest desires within the heart of the fruit seller had now been fulfilled. She wanted to give Krishna all of her fruit, but she could only give him as much as he could hold in his tiny arms and hands. When Kanaya returned to where Mother Yashoda was sitting in the courtyard, he placed the fruit in her veil. "Lala, where did you get these fruits from?" she asked. Krishna simply pointed toward the door. Mother Yashoda became delighted to see such succulent and tasty fruits. She began to distribute them to all the gopis present, but amazingly, even though there were only a few fruits, the quantity did not diminish. When Krishna left the fruit seller near the doorstep of his house, she completely lost external awareness. Shri Krishna had stolen her heart, and she simply sat in the very same spot until a gopi passing by shook her and brought her back to external consciousness. She slowly picked up her basket of fruit, placed it upon her head, and then set off for Mathura. As the fruit seller walked along the bank of the Yamuna River, she realized that her basket had become much heavier than before. When she set it down and looked inside, she was struck with wonder. Her basket was filled with a variety of valuable jewels. She picked up the basket, threw it into the Yamuna, and burst into tears. "Shri Krishna has cheated me," she cried. "I have been completely deprived of his real mercy." Overwhelmed by love for Shri Krishna, she lamented bitterly and never returned to her home. When Shri Krishna steals anyone's heart, invariably this becomes their condition. Wow, that's... Evam vrata sapriya nama kirta jatanurago druta chitta uchai Hasatyatoro ditiroti gayatyunmadavan rityati lokabhaya. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:2-40. Saintly people who have firmly devoted themselves to serving Bhagavan with deep love constantly engage in kirtan of their most beloved names of Krishna. When deep attachment, anurag, arises in them, their hearts thoroughly melt and they become mad in love of God. They laugh and cry loudly. Agitated by love, they sing about their Lord in sweet voices, just like madmen, without a trace of shyness. They dance and sing, unaffected by the opinions of ordinary people. Oh, and I missed a footnote. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, maybe it's... Oh, never mind. I always do that. Okay. The evil demoness Putana, who would murder small children and drink their blood, beautifully disguised herself as a mother and entered Raj intending to kill baby Krishna. Despite her wicked deceit, merely on the basis of her motherly appearance, Shri Krishna granted her a position as a real nursemaid in Goloka. In exchange for a morsel of worthless chipped rice, just see what he gave to Sudama Vipra. Editor's footnote. In exchange for a few pieces of broken chipped rice, Shri Krishna awarded Sudama Vipra unimaginable opulence. See Srimad Bhagavatam 10:81. Then, what will he not give? So when he awarded that to Putana, the position of being a milkmaid, a nursemaid in Goloka, who went there to try to kill him, then what will he not give this fruit seller who is ready to give him? And he gave Sudama, unimaginable opulence just for a few some chipped rice. What will he not give this fruit seller who is ready to give him all of her fruit? Even four-headed Sri Brahma, the creator of the universe, cannot imagine the answer to this question. Lord Brahma says, Esham Gosha Nivasinam Utabhavan Kim Devarate Tinash Cheta Vishvafalat Falataraparam Kapyayan Mohyanti Sarveshariva Putanapi Sakula Tameva Deva Pita Yadhamarta Suhrit Priyatamata Yad Dhamarta Suhrit Priyatma Tanaya Pranashaya Stvatkrite. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-35. O Master who is most worshipful even for the demigods, now my mind is becoming a doubt. Be able to reward the residents of Raj for their service. You are the condensed form of the highest benediction. There is no reward superior to obtaining you. But even if you give your very self to the Vrajvasis, you will not be freed from your debt to them, because you have given yourself to Putana. She was extremely cruel at heart, yet by deceitfully appearing before you in the form of a virtuous nursemaid, she has obtained you. Even her relatives, like Agasura and Bakasura, have now obtained you. How can you give the same reward to the Vrajvasis, who have given you everything? They have offered you their homes, wealth, and relatives. They have even offered their own bodies, children, life, and mind, everything, at your lotus feet. Every day, Shri Krishna would perform beautiful, sweet pastimes like these, and immerse the residents of Raj in an ocean of bliss. There are those who know him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the controller of all others. They can know him as the possessor of all potencies, as the causeless, original cause of all other causes, as the Supreme Being who has no equal, what to speak of a superior, and as he who makes the impossible possible. Yet, by these pastimes, he is showing such knowledgeable personalities that he can only be controlled by bhakti. What kind of bhakti can control him? The four Kumaras, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Shri Narad, Shri Uddhav, and the Yadavas, as well as many others, All have some form of bhakti, but their bhakti can never control him. Aishvarya shitila preme nahi mora prita. I am not pleased by love that is weakened by awe and reverence. Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 3:16. Devotees who have reverential love for Krishna and those devotees who have reverential love for Krishna stand before him and, with folded hands, offer him prayers. But if someone loves him with a mood similar to one of the Vrajvasis, like Subal, Sridham, Madhumangal, Madhya Yashoda, Nandababa, or above all, one of the Vraj Gopis, then Sri Krishna will come under his control. Among these Vrajvasis, the Vraj Gopis are supreme, and among them, Srimati Radhika is topmost. If someone's devotion to Sri Krishna is like the devotion of Srimati Radhika's maidservants, then he can control Krishna completely. He can control Sri Krishna completely. The following verses celebrate these facts. Ananga ranga mangala prasanga bangura brubam savi pramam sasam pramam triganta bana patanai nirantaram vashikrita pratiti nandanandane kada karishasi hamam kripa kataksha bhajanam. Shri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraj, verse 3. O Sarveshwari, mistress of all controllers, O Sarveshwari Radhika, on the stage of amorous sport, in the course of an auspicious discussion, you express amazement by curving your eyebrows like bows and then suddenly firing the arrows of your sidelong glances, piercing the son of Sri Nanda with amorous delusion and bringing him under your perpetual control. When will you make me the recipient of your merciful sidelong glance? Even Shri Sita, the wife of Bhagavan Shri Ram, could not control Shri Ram by her love. Shri Ram gave her up and sent her to the forest to live in exile. Could Shri Krishna ever banish Srimati Radhika from his house in Nandagaon? Srimati Radhika does not even live in his house with him. He becomes so nervous. He becomes so nervous in her presence that he could never ask her to leave his house. What to speak of banishing her from it? Forever? The reason he becomes so nervous around her is because he is always impassioned with love for her. When she instructs him in the various arts, such as dancing, he fears that he may make some mistake. Oh God, I don't know how to sing this. I'm just going to say the words. Priya ko nachavat. I don't know. I'm not even going to make it up. Priya ko nachavata shikvati pyari. Man guman lakuti liye dhari. Darapata kunja vihari. Darapata kunja vihari. Priya ko nachavata shikvati pyari. I don't know. Okay. While instructing her beloved in the art of dancing, Shri Radhika watches him with a cane in hand, ready to chastise him. Her cane is her sulky, contrary mood, which causes Shri Kunja Bihari to fear making any mistake. When Shri Radhika spontaneously becomes inflamed with man, jealous anger, either with or without any cause, Shri Krishna prays, Karalakhandanam, Mama Shira Simandanam, Dehi Pada Palavamudaram. Shri Gita Govinda 10.8. O my beloved, Cupid's powerful poison is devastating me. Please be merciful to me and place upon my head the cooling tender petals of your lotus feet. What to speak of bowing at the lotus feet of Sarveshwari Shri Radha? Shri Krishna falls at the feet of Shri Rupa Manjari and Shri Rati Manjari, her maidservants, when, on their Swamini's orders, they forbid him to enter Shri Radha's kunj. He begs them for permission to enter, pleads with them, and flatters them just to pacify them. Just see the position of Shri Radha's maidservants. Our worshipful Srila Raghunath Das Goswami says, Padabjayastava vina varandasameva Nanyat kadapi samaye kila deviyache. Sakyayate mama namostu nityam. Dasyayate mama rasostu satyam. Shivilap Kusmanjali 16. O Goddess, you are capable of bestowing all benedictions, but I do not want anything other than service to your lotus feet. I offer my obeisances forever to Sakya, the mood of friendship. But the essence of my life, the real essence of my life, is Dasya, the mood of service. Sakya, it's referring to being one of Radharani's friends, one of her girlfriends. But no, I don't want to be your peer, I don't want to be your friend, I want to be your servant. Shri Prabodhananda Saraswati's eternal identity in Shri Krishna's pastimes is Tungavidya Saki, one of Shri Radha's 8 principal Sakis. But he is also praying to obtain the position of being Shri Radha's maidservant. Nyat kinkarishu bahusha kalukakuvani Netam parasya purushasya shikandamole Tasya kararasa nidhe vrishabhanujayas Tatkeli kunja pavanangana marjanisyam. Shri Radharasa Sudhanidhi, verse 8. O daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, ocean of ras, that beautiful boy who wears a gracefully tilting peacock feather in his hair is actually the original personality of Godhead. Still, he is always falling at the feet of your maidservants and pitifully begging them with many humble words to gain entrance into your kunj, where the two of you engage in your playful, loving pastimes. My life would be successful if I could even be one stick in the broom of your maidservants, used to clean your delightful kunj. Shri Krishna rises when the gopis order him to rise, and he sits when they order him to sit. God, I don't know how to sing all these Brajvasi songs. Chachiya Bharat Chacha Para Hari Ko Nachave. Chachiya Bharat Chacha Para Hari Ko Nachave. Just see the glories, that's by Rasa Khan. Just see the glories of these ladies of Braj. They make Sri Hari dance for a mere palmful of buttermilk. No other kind of bhakti has the power to control Krishna in this way. Okay. One second. Okay. Mother Yashoda may tell Krishna, "Today, Kanaya, do not take the cows to graze in the forest. It is your birthday." But he will not follow her order. He will so eagerly go out to graze the cows. What is in the forest that attracts him so much? Within the forest, he can meet the young Braj gopis and play freely with them, especially with Sri Radha. They meet together in secret places like Radhakund, Suryakund, and Kusum Sarovar. The amorous love that the young Braj gopis have for Sri Krishna is greater even than parental love for him. In fact, their love includes all the qualities of parental affection. Therefore, playing with the gopas or grazing his cows is not the primary reason he takes the cows into the forest every day. The main reason he enters the forest is to play with his dearmost gopis. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 8:201-204, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains that without the help of Sri Radha's Sakis, Sri Krishna's amorous pastimes will never develop in someone's heart. Radha Krishna Lila ati guratar dasya vatsalyadi bhave na hoy gochar. Sri Radha Krishna's pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan are extremely confidential. Such pastimes are beyond the grasp of anyone in the mood of Sri Krishna's affectionate servant, friend, or parent. Sabe eka saki ganer iha adhikar, saki hoite hoy e lilara vistar. Only the damsels of Braj are qualified to see those secret pastimes, and only they can make them expand. Saki bina e lila pushta nahi hoy, Saki lila vistariya, Saki ashvadai. Only the Sakis are qualified to nourish these secret pastimes, and they take great pleasure in making them expand. Saki bina e lilai anir nahi gati, Saki bhave je tare kore anugati, Radha Krishna kunja seva sadhya se pai, Se sadhya paite ar nahi ko upar. No one can see or participate. No one can see or participate in these pastimes without the help of the young Vraj gopis. Only those fortunate souls who follow in their footsteps by adopting their exalted moods of amorous love for Shri Krishna will attain the ultimate goal of directly serving Shri Radha Krishna in the kunjas of Vrindavan. There is no other way to obtain this. We were reading something, last night, Madan Prabhu, he's saying this song, what is it? Radha, how does it go? Radhika Charana Padma Shakala Shreya Rasadma. Jayadurila Radha Paraparama. What is it? Radha Pada Vina Kabu Krishna Nahi Mile, Radhara Dasira Krishna Sarva Vede Bole. All the Vedas declare that Krishna becomes the property of the maidservants of Srimati Radhika. Oh, that's a different point than I was thinking, though. Never mind. One day, Mahadev Shiva, the chief demigod, set off to see his supremely worshipful... Let me just check really quick that the internet is working. Yes, it's still connected. Great. Although, it probably left because now there's only 3 people, and before there was a bunch of people. So, sorry about that, the internet is gone. I can't see the internet very often, so I just have to check every now and then. One day, Mahadev Shiva, the chief demigod, set off to see his supremely worshipful Lord who had just appeared in Vraj. Arriving at the gate of Nanda Maharaja's home, he sang loudly, Alaka Niranjan, Alaka Niranjan, and played his damuru, a kind of hand drum. And Alaka Niranjan means, this phrase is used to beg alms in the name of Bhagavan, or simply to make one remember him. It is a description of Paramatma, who is invisible, Alaka, and aloof from Maya, Niranjan. So he called Alaka Niranjan, and played his damuru, his hand drum. Mother Yashoda came to the door when she heard him singing and playing his drum. But when she saw the appearance of this unusual yogi, she became afraid. He wore robes of tiger skin and a garland of human skulls. Dangerous serpents adorned his hands, feet, and neck, and he held a tall, fearful trident by his side. His body was smeared from head to toe with ashes from a cremation ground, and his thoroughly matted hair made him look ancient and even more dreadful. His carrier, Nandi, a massive bull, accompanied him. Seeing that the terrible-looking yogi was approaching her, accompanied by Nandi, Yashoda became utterly terrified. Nonetheless, she asked him dutifully, "Do you want some alms? Just wait, and I will bring them to you." Mahadev Shankar replied, "O mother, I have walked so far to come here from my home in Kailash. Just show me your baby. I just want to see your darling child. Eat or drink whatever you like and then go," she said, "and do not play your damuru so loudly. My child is sleeping." Shankarji said, "O innocent mother, I do not want your flour or beans or silk clothes and bags, nor do I want anything to eat, drink, wear, or rest upon. I have come to see your darling son just once. This is the only donation I need." Mother Yashoda hesitated and then said to him, "I am an adult, yet your appearance terrifies me. My darling boy is so young. He'll become too afraid if he sees your form, so I will not show him to you." And she went inside the house. Sri Shankar, the foremost demigod, was not about to leave without seeing Sri Krishna. He sat down by the door and lit a ceremonial fire. When your beautiful son grows a little older, he thought, he will come outside to play and I will finally be able to see him. I will not return to Kailash without seeing him. To this day, the place near Nanda's home, where Mahadev Shri Shiva was sitting, is known as Yogiya Kund. Mother Yashoda entered the house and found her darling baby boy crying loudly. Nothing she tried would pacify him, so she consulted her friends. A respected elder gopi spoke. This is not an ordinary yogi. He is from the sacred mountains of Kailash. When your boy heard him playing his drum, he became afraid, and now he has started to cry more and more loudly. It would be wise to show him your dear son at least once. Seeing no other recourse but to show her son to the extraordinary yogi, Yashoda Maya placed Krishna in a black basket and covered all of his limbs with black cloth to protect him from inauspiciousness. She anointed his eyes with thick black eyeliner and marked his forehead with a black dot. Then she reluctantly brought Krishna outside and allowed the yogi just a brief glimpse of him. To her astonishment, when she was turning to enter her house, she noticed that Krishna had stopped crying. Sri Shankar, the king of mystics, spoke to her. Mother, I will light a ceremonial fire and stay nearby. If ever your beloved child falls prey to some evil, just call for me. I will chant mantras and ward off any evil effects with mustard seeds and salt, and he'll be restored to health. Thereafter, whenever Krishna would cry, she would call the yogi from his dwelling. Oh God. Another Hindi song, another Brijbasi song. Yogi, sorry, I don't even know. I can't. Yogi chalo nanda bhavan mein, yashamati maya tumhe bulave, वाके लाला को ना जरा लगी है ते पेरायनोन करवावे रह रह योगी नंदन भवन में रज में वास सदतु की जो जब जब बाको लाला रोवे तब तब darshana dijo. I just made that up. O yogi, come to Nanda Bhavan. Krishna's dear mother, devoted mother, Yashoda Maya, is calling you. Her dear son has come under an evil eye. Ward off its effect with mustard seeds and salt. Stay here, yogi. Just stay in Nanda Bhavan. Please live in Braj forever. Whenever her darling son cries, come and give him your darshan. Thus, the life of that yogi became successful. In his Padyavali, an anthology of verses written by many different acharyas, Srila Rupa Goswami quotes the following pastimes. Rama nama babhuvahum tadphala siteti hum tam pritur vacha panchavati vane nivasatas tasyahara ravana Krishna yeti puratanim nijakatam akarnyamate ritam Somitre kvadanur danu iti vyaghra kira pantuva. Padyavali 150 by author unknown. One night, Mother Yashoda was tenderly stroking Krishna and lulling him to sleep with a story. Once there was a king, she said. Shri Krishna eagerly responded, yes, and? His name was Dasharath, she continued, and he had 4 sons. When they grew up, Vishwamitra took them to protect the arena of his sacred fire sacrifice. Krishna murmured, yes, and? After they saved the fire sacrifice, Vishwamitra took them to Mithila. The king of Mithila, Maharaj Janak, had vowed to give his daughter's hand in marriage only to the one who could string Shiva's bow and break it, and not to anyone else. Again, Shri Krishna murmured, or I don't know what the sound is. Krishna came from many far-off lands, she continued. Sorry, why did I say Krishna? Kings came from many far-off lands, she continued, but they all failed. Finally, Sri Ram strung Shiva's massive bow and broke it. Then Princess Sita was married to Lord Ram. Krishna murmured as she spoke, and whenever she paused, even for a brief moment, he eagerly inquired, "Mother, what happened next?" To carry out his father's order, Sri Ram had to enter the forest in exile, and Sita and Lakshman went with him. When they were residing at a place called Panchavati, the demon Maricha tricked Ram and led him into the forest. Meanwhile, back at their cottage, Ravan came and kidnapped Sita. Just hearing this, Shri Krishna, absorbed in the mood of Ram, sprang up from the bed crying, "Lakshman, bring me my bow! Where is my bow? My bow!" May Shri Krishna's impassioned cries, when he is absorbed in this mood, protect you. One day, while Mother Yashoda was churning yogurt in an earthen pot, she attracted her darling son to her with sweet words. Then, for a short time, she left to do something else. When Krishna's eyes suddenly fell upon the earthen pot, he saw the moon reflected on the surface of the yogurt. When Mother Yashoda returned, he repeatedly demanded, "Mother, I want the moon. Give me that toy." Mother Yashoda took a lump of butter from the pot and gave it to him. At first he became happy, but when he looked back into the pot, he saw that the moon was still there. Again, he began restlessly demanding it. Mother Yashoda said, "Look up, that is the moon." "I want it," he demanded. "There is poison on it," she said. Shri Krishna asked, "How did it get poison on it?" "A long time ago, when the demigods and demons churned the great ocean of milk, poison came to the surface. That poison is on the moon. Do you see those black impressions on the moon? That is the poison. Tell me, who would want to play with that?" Hearing this explanation, Shri Krishna became frightened. Such are Shri Krishna's unlimited pastimes. He drowns the residents of Vraj in an ocean of their sweetness, and he also drowns in that ocean. Thus ends the Digdarshini Vritti on the 3rd verse. All right. So, oh look, there's Krishna begging for the moon. Verse 4. Param Deva Moksham. Okay, so tomorrow we will watch, not tomorrow, because not tomorrow and not the day after tomorrow. It'll have to be in 2 days. Because tomorrow I'm going for a program in the morning in Mayapur, and then the day after tomorrow I have a Chaitanya Charitamrita reading at 10 a.m. So in 2 days from now we will read the 4th verse. But that was super sweet, wasn't it? I love Dāmodarāṣṭakam. It's my favorite book, I think.
It's 11 o'clock.
It's one of my favorite books. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Just curious. All right. Oh, I'm just going to do a short kirtan. I'm trying to think. I'll just sing Jai Radha Madhava. That's nice. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana भज जन राजन जमुन तीरा वनचरी जमुन तीरा वनचरी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर हरे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर हरे जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे सच्चिदानंद जय गौर हरे जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे सच्चिदानंद जय गौर जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव जय गुरु हरि जय गुरु हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय श्री सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि की जय श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरण मोहन जू की जय नितिल प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतश्मार्ट श्रील भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील गुरुदेव की जय नितिल प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतश्मार्ट श्रील भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नितिल प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतश्मार्ट श्रील भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय नितिल प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतश्मार्ट श्रील भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नितिल प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतश्मार्ट श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय नितिल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्रील गोरक्षदास बाबाजी महाराज की जय Nitya Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Navakarya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Patadash Raghunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gopashad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विरत गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मुनि देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री राधा दामोदर जू की जय। श्री दामोदर व्रत की जय। श्री ऊर्जा व्रत की जय। ऊर्जेश्वरी श्रीमती विश्वभानु नंदिनी श्री राधा ठाकुरानी की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री दामोदराष्टक की जय। श्री सत्यव्रत मुनि की जय। श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेद व्यास देव की जय। श्री सनातन गोस्वामी पाद की जय। श्री जीव गोस्वामी पाद की जय। And for those of you who are in Vrindavan, today is Srila Narottam Das Thakur's Tirubhav Titi ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagat Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Vo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashita Krishna Bhakti Paradevi Satyavatai Namo Namo Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
You go? No? No?
Okay, Haribol. See you all in 2 days from now. I'm going to do another reading on Monday.